In the past, I made a video about the DJI Pocket 3 and 10 flaws. I was wrong. There's actually more than 10 flaws. The DJI expansion adapter addresses one of the flaws, and that is not being able to mount it on anything. Well, you can mount it with the bottom screw, but it's maybe not the most efficient way. I had the expansion adapter for the Pocket 3 on pre-order. However, I did not get it on time. And since then, there has been so many other alternatives. Before I get into the other adapters, I want to talk about the issues that I encountered with the DJI that you may not encounter with a typical camera. Because with a typical camera, if you want to put the camera down, nobody will do that because you have no mechanism of tilting or aiming the camera in the direction you want. The DJI Pocket 3 changes all of that. It has a gimbal built in, so you can pan and tilt with the camera perfectly stationary. Because it's raised, you can essentially record over whatever flat surface you're leaving it on, and that makes it incredibly usable. What I found is that I am leaving this camera on a flat surface all the time. It's so convenient because of that. On the surface, the Pocket 3 looks like the bottom, which is around 1 inch squared, would be good enough, stable enough that if you just left down the Pocket 3, it would be stable, but it's not the case. There's a taper, and that taper is going to eat up around like 3 millimeters in the front, 3 millimeters on the back, on the sides, and you're left with 2/3 of an inch or 1.5 centimeters on each side, and that is just a tiny surface area, and it is not stable at all. And so my alternative workaround because of this first issue is to lay down the gimbal. Maybe I can just lay it on a ledge. Well, guess what? The back, the rear of the DJI Pocket 3 is slightly curved. So basically you have a contact point that is a straight line. And that is extremely susceptible to wind. It's extremely susceptible to uneven ground, uneven surface. It's just not great. Anyhow, knowing that, let's get into these adapters. The first one I found was this multi-purpose extended protective frame. This thing is all over Amazon at the moment. And let's check it out. What you notice right away is that it curves. It has a cutout for the controls, and it has something special in the back. It has a tongue, the tongue system for the GoPros, and it's the folding tongue, which is amazing. On top of that, it has a cold shoe mount similar to the Pocket 3's expansion adapter. There's a spot for the memory pack. The downside is that it is large. This thing, the way it looks, it may not look large, but it requires that you have the expansion adapter. Let's see right here. You see it has a hole for the charging port in the back for the expander handle. That means that it's as long as the DJI Pocket 3 with the extension handle. And if you don't want to grow in size, that can be a deal breaker for you. Another thing I noticed is that these bottom pieces right here, they don't extend past the extension handle. So you're still going to have a problem with the stability if you just leave it bare and just try to stand it up. Not going to work out so well. And the rear, it looks like it's curved. It's not going to lay flat. It has premium material. The metal adapter is made of high quality plastic. The metal adapter is made of high quality plastic. So essentially what they're trying to say is that this protector mount accessory is non-binary. All right, so this next one is interesting as well. It's made by Shark True. It does not have the GoPro style tongue. However, you know, it has a 1/4 mount on the bottom. So if you're going to mount the GoPro tongue, you could just mount it right to the bottom. That means that you can face it either way. You could face it to the front or to the rear. There's 2 cold shoe mounts. The rear, I don't know if it's flat, but the bottom, it looks like it's flat already. And it doesn't have the same taper. I mean, it has a curved corners, but it doesn't taper like the DJI. So if you can reclaim that inch, just one by one. It might be enough, might be stable enough, maybe not. But this one is certainly catching my eye. And this metal adapter is made of high quality plastic. Yeah, another non-binary case. Bruh. Okay, so there's cutouts for the mics here, here, and here. Other than that, this looks kind of worthy. One downside is that this one is $42. That is a lot of money. That is more than anything on this list. So the next one is this Hoyt Tonti Osmo Pocket 3 cage ABS fixing. So this one looks all right. It has a quarter 20 mount on the bottom, has a charging port on the bottom. It has the GoPro tongue. However, now that I've seen the one that has the GoPro tongue that can be folded, this one doesn't look so appealing. But since it has a quarter 20 on the bottom, you can probably go without it and just use the GoPro tongue on the bottom. Like if you have an accessory purchased separately. Because I mean, this GoPro in the rear is not going to be great, because like I said, when do you want the screen facing away from you? I mean, just not a great design. $18.98, not bad. Next up is Scotty Makes Things. Scotty Makes Things has this version. This is the slim case, and I can already tell just by looking at it, it is large. And the issue is that the bottom looks like it's tapered in, so it's not going to stand great without this tripod foot. And has a tripod mounting. There is a quarter 20 here and the other side as well, as you can see. And there's a charging port. So this means that it works with the extender handle. It is large. I can't really tell about the back, but it looks curved. They're selling this item and they don't have many clear photos of it. They don't have a picture of the bottom either. This goes for $29.90. And I think that's a fair price because it comes with this new cover and the case. This is high compared to those non-branded versions, but it's all right. Next what up is the DJI Pocket 3 mini case by Scotty. And this one looks promising. It has a protector, and inside the protector you can store filters. It doesn't cover the screen. Okay, so there's cutouts. So similar to the other one, it does say specifically that, okay, so there's access to the SD card. Nice. So you can just keep this on all the time. There's access, USB-C, no need to remove. So there's a charging port on the bottom, but I do not see it. So here's the video of the product. It is a little bit, it's a tiny bit more bulky, but there's no photo of the bottom, is there? So it seems like you just slide it in and that's all you have to do. This goes for $24.90. It's an all right price. Comes with the cover as well. And yeah, I don't have an issue with the price. I think it's fair. So next up, we have a look at these smaller varieties, and this one is the Damn Luxe. Your damn luxury. So this one has a cold shoe, and it doesn't have an opening like the DJI version, a door. You just slide your camera right into this slot, and there you go. With this one, there's a cutout for the buttons. That means that it's rear mounted as well. Not the greatest design. However, it is only $369. Can't complain about the price. Next up is a similar version. It's sold by Cool Go Buy 18 on eBay. It has the cutouts. Same design, costs more. Not sure why anyone would spend more because this other version. Okay, so next one is this Kippy NB expansion adapter. Has a cold shoe mount. It has a cutout, but check this out. This one is better. Check this out. It's mounted from the front. They got it down right. This is the right way. I mean, I just can't see why anyone would mount it the other way. And that means that you have a full range of motion, twirling your gimbal and whatnot, or a larger range of motion. And you're not looking at awkward angles. Okay, so hooray to Kip Yen B. Okay, so it has a scratch resistant. Okay, it's 1098. And here's another one, expansion adapter for DJI Osmo Pocket 3. So this one, you can see that it's facing the wrong way, but this one is cool because it has a 1/4 20 mount. So if you have like a super small tripod thing, it may work. And this one, it looks like it's just friction based. So you push it in and there you go. It just sits your camera in there. And because of that, it might be possible. However, but I mean, because of this curve, I'm not sure if it's possible until, I get one myself. You might be able to flip the camera the other direction. Maybe. I can't say for sure because of this curve, but based on the thickness of this material, it looks like you can probably just shove it in and it'll work out. I mean, it's not the best idea to just shove it in and hope for the best though. So the next one is just a photo of additional way of mounting it, and you can see that they advertise that this thing can mount upside down, so it's just pressure, it's just friction that's keeping it in place. I mean, would you ever do this? I wouldn't. It doesn't look very safe, especially considering it's just friction only. Next, is this the last one? Oh yes, it is. It's the honorable mention. This one is not quite the same, and you may be thinking it looks just like the expansion extender handle that comes with the Pocket 3, but this one has a 1/4 20 on the bottom, but it's more interesting because it has screws for anti-twist, even though there are no screw holes. So it's one of those things that you just buy and hopefully you get the best. So the question with this one, because it has electronic pieces to it, will a mic work with it? Is it going to charge at full speed? You don't want to bring that into the equation. But other than that, I do like that it's an anti-twist design because it's a bottom mount tongue. And usually bottom mount tongues don't have this anti-twist. And on top of that, because it's a bottom mount, you can really just twist it any direction. You could have it facing you or facing outwards towards the ether where nobody's looking or everybody is looking and watching you record. Not sure why anyone would do that. So for me, I didn't get any of these. I just wanted to wait for the reviews because I'm not going to buy all 10 just to review them all because it's going to be wasteful. Okay, it's if I buy all 10, I'm just going to throw away the rest or whatnot. However, I did get something to make it more useful, and that's this right here. Anti-slip fixed base part for the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. So with a base that is this large, I'm not going to have to lay down the gimbal. So that takes care of the one issue. I can stand it. It's not going to be a problem. It has a rubber base right here, as you can see, and I'm able to charge it if I need to. But the downside is that I'll have to use the extender part if I hook up a mic to it, which I absolutely probably won't ever. Aside from that, this thing is very simplistic. It's non-techy. It's just a base for it. You just put your camera on this base, and hopefully I can do a lot more time lapses that I don't have to bring around a tripod and unnecessary accessories. It does cost $907, not that bad. Other than that, I can confidently just put it down, and it does what it's there to do, right? Keep everything minimal, plant it down. I still have an issue of not having a way of mounting the camera to me. It might be the DJI expansion adapter, and this thing is a separate item. It may be one of those metal cases. Anyhow, that's all I got for this video. Let me know what accessories you're getting for this camera. Are you going to get a cage or not? Are you interested in mounting points? Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, share. See you in the next one. Take care.